there for me. You're such a bright star in the dark space. Babe, it never worked out with the others. All we ever did was fight, and at one point I would never thought that I would meet someone like you. This time it's all different. You got every little string on me.
Hey you, and welcome back to my channel. Or, if you're new here, then welcome to you. Today I'm back with another speed build. I know it has been a little while again since the last one, but I have been taking a nice little break from The Sims and YouTube to be able to concentrate more on my schoolwork and also to be able to try out some other games. I know other games don't really do well on my channel, so I have just enjoyed them in my own time, together with my boyfriend. We finally were able to play through Pokemon Sword and Shield on the Switch, and we have also been playing through Life is Strange, both the first and second one. It has been really relaxing and fun to play these other games, but now I'm really ready to build and design some more again. Now, I'm not really sure how many builds I will be able to record in the few weeks forward, just because I'm still quite busy for school. And yeah, I just really love playing some other games from time to time as well. But for now, I do have all the energy ready to build some again, and I have at least built this little build. And I even made a little room build on the side using the new country kitchen kit, I guess it's called. And I will probably make that into a little tiny video next week as well. And I had really much fun making that little room, just because it made it possible for me to play a bit around with that new kit. I haven't really tried making country kitchens before, so the new items were kind of unusual for me. I didn't really have the right inspiration for them, that's why I didn't use them for this build, and I kind of stuck with whatever I felt comfortable with. But yeah, playing around with a separate little room that didn't really need to match the rest of the house or whatever, that made it a bit more fun to get used to the new items. But unfortunately that is just a very tiny build, so it will just be a short little bonus video next week. I'm also hoping to record more Animal Crossing, so that's where my other time will go to, I guess, designing my island in there. So yeah, maybe later next week I will be able to have another house build up or start building one. It kind of depends on my time. But I'm not sure what it will be yet. I love to hear some suggestions if you have any. I of course prefer kind of normal sized builds and homes to maybe a slightly big home if I have to. So in other words, I can't really make any mansions now. I prefer to build on anything like a 30 by 20 lot, and sometimes on a 40 by 30 lot, and the square lots in Rindle Bay I do find quite fun to build on as well, but 50 by 50 and 64 by 64 are just too big for me now. I always kind of lose inspiration somewhere in the middle of a build if it gets too big, so yeah, mansions are just not a possibility right now. Also not really something I'm in the mood for. I'm in the mood to make some smaller lots. But yeah, if you have any ideas for maybe family houses, tiny houses, or even just a room build if you like to use rooms, then yeah, I love to hear your ideas for them. As for this house, it is just a small one. It is on a 20 by 15 lot in Willow Creek. I struggled to find a really good title for this house or a name, but when I looked at the interior style at the end and the house shape, I guess it mostly reminded me of houses I see here in Norway, and that's why I ended up calling it a small Scandinavian home. It isn't meant to be modern, it's just a bit of that Scandinavian vibe, I guess, especially in the interior. But yeah, it is somewhere in between modern and traditional, I would say. Besides that, I did place a pool in the back, and I believe someone has said before that it isn't really a normal item to have, or yeah. There are a few houses in Norway that do have pools in their backyards. It isn't very normal here, but it does happen, so I just kept the pool in because I didn't really know what else to place there. It is a very tiny yard, so yeah, finding good ways to use it is sometimes hard, and this way your Sims can actually exercise when it is not cold outside. As for the interiors, things are of course a bit more cramped since it is a small house. I made the biggest room into an open kitchen with dining that is quite modern and naturally colored. And as for the living room, I cramped it into one of the smaller rooms on the side with all the big windows. It is on the left if you look from the front. So yeah, it's not that big, but it should be big enough for the family to spend time here together. And besides that, there is a children's room downstairs that has one toddler bed and one of the new bunk beds. As for those bunk beds, I do find them really cool and I love having them in game, but I cannot lie that I'm a bit disappointed by them, or at least on how they were made. The first picture that I saw, I guess on Twitter, I'm not really sure anymore where I saw it first, I saw that the top bunk bed was a different color than the bottom, so I kind of just expected that this was a frame where you could kind of drag beds into, and that kind of gave you the freedom to recolor it however you would like, but no. At least the top bed is kind of stuck to the frame, and that's kind of what decides the color of the entire bunk bed, and that's kind of the thing that disappoints me most. I really would have liked if I could use whatever bed I would like, because I really like the newest beds that have been added. I don't really like the color swatches of the older beds, especially not the base game one. The base game ones they chose are already beds that I struggle to use in kids' rooms already, because I find them too boring or too frustrating to use as or the color swatches on them. There are so many dark color swatches and I never have control over how light the bed frames are. I did however give it a chance for this build, and I used one of the base game bed swatches. I know there's a second bunk bed that has actually the parenthood bed. I'm pretty sure it used to be a parenthood bed before it became a base game bed, but now all of a sudden it is in base game, so that's a bit weird, but okay. I do like that one, but it didn't really fit the color theme that I had started in the kids room, or that I had planned out for the kids room, so yeah, I didn't use that one. But I used the base game one that had some pink flowers on the bedding and a light brown frame. But yeah, besides that, I can't really see me using these big bunk beds too much just because of the color swatches. If they had fixed it some way that you could recolor the frame, then I'm okay with base game beds, I guess. But it really frustrates me that if I want to have I think the hot pink, for example, the hot pink bed in base game, if you want that, it gets a black frame. I can't choose a white frame to make it more Barbie-like for some reason. I don't know, you might be into it. And I can choose the light brown frames, which are my personal favorites to use at least. And because I can't really choose that, there are like 3 bedding options that fit my style, but then the beddings are boring because it is either grey, the green-blue flowers that I used in the parents' bedroom, or the pinks that I used in the kids' bedroom. So yeah, I'm not really too impressed with the bunk beds. I like the idea of them, but I hate how color swatching works in this part of The Sims. If it had been The Sims 3, or we had some kind of color wheel options, then it would have been totally fine, but it frustrates me that the frame of the bunk beds are 9 out of 10 times so dark. I want to have light color swatches. As a Scandinavian, I really like my whites and light brown, and it is really hard to make those bunk beds work if I can't really choose lighter color options, because if I want to have a more boy-like color, I don't know, more blues or whatever, then the frames already become a lot more darker. So yeah, it really annoyed me using it, but I tried at least for this build. Now that slight complaint is aside, this house has of course also a room for the parents, which is in the loft area. And here I also tried to use a few of those new birthday items, and I can honestly say that I love every single item that had been added for that patch. And I hadn't really had the chance to use them before now, but I really liked using them at least. And I especially love how they match with some of the latest pack items, like those kitchen counters from Snowy Escape. All in all, I really like how this house turned out. It has of course been a little while since the last build I made, therefore I needed a bit of a warm-up, and this small house was the perfect size for just that. Again, I'm really looking forward to try and build some more houses, hopefully with some of the new items, including the kids. So again, if you have any build suggestions, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments. And if you have any specific pack restrictions that you would like me to use, then I do find it really fun and challenging to get those as well. I will not always be able to keep up with them, but I do like to do them as a fun challenge from time to time. Now with that said, you can of course find this build on the gallery under my hashtag SerefinaYT, or under my gallery ID, which is also SerefinaYT. If you can't find it right away, then no worries, I might just be a bit slow with publishing this build. I'm always kind of forgetting that part, that I need to click publish on the gallery as well, but it will be there eventually. I do hope you still liked this build and enjoyed this video, and if you did, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also click that notification bell so you do get notified whenever I post something new. And it is also of course possible to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and yeah, you can even check out my TikTok. I do post a few times on there as well. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope I see you next time. Bye bye.
Oh baby, baby, good at thinking out loud, but not too good at keeping promises, no. Did you fool yourself enough to be proud? Oh baby, baby, good at thinking. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head, the devil on your shoulder strung you up on a thread. But I don't need to tell you, hey, don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like that, walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Oh baby, baby, I don't know what to say. Every beginning's gonna end up the same. Spare me your thoughts and get out of my way. Baby, 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 baby. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head, the devil on your shoulder strung you up on a thread. But I don't need to tell you, hey, don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like that, walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. It's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Oh, devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Shoulder, hey. Don't you look at me like that, hey, like you're feeling sorry. Don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. 'Cause you're not feeling sorry. Hey, hey. Don't you look at me like that when you break my get like that, like you're feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the soul. Don't you look at me like that, walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the soul. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Oh, devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Shoulder, ayy.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. You had great patience, but something knocked you out. You felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now, and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it.
Thinking about the way that you know me. No one ever cared like you care for me. You're such a bright star in the dark space. Babe, it never worked out with the others. All we ever did was fight, and at one point I would never thought that I would meet someone like you. This time it's all different. You got every little string on me. The way you make me feel is crazy. How did you get so fly? You got me like, my, my, my. You got me like, oh, my, my, my. You got me like, there's no other than you now, babe. Nah, 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 'cause you got me like, oh, my, my, my. Like, oh my God. every little string on me. The way you make me feel is crazy. How did you get so fly? You got me like my, my, my. You got me like my, my, my. You got me like there's no other than you now, baby. Nah, 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 'cause you got me like my, my, my. Like oh my God. My, my, my. You got me like my, my, my. You got me like there's no other than you now, baby. Nah, 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 'cause you got me like my, my, my. Like oh my God.
I find it hard to read you. You never say what's on your mind, yeah. I'm going crazy all over you. Just for a second, can you try? Every time you've been calling, saying this is what I want, then you ghost for a week and leave me hanging all alone. Push me back, pull me in, and the other way around. Pull me in, push me back.